What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. Thank you so much for the love and support, and greetings to my brothers and sister all the way from Caribbean country. So guys, in today's video, I want us to listen to this interview from a Chinese Jamaican lady. She has come out and exposed how the Chinese Jamaica, they are being treated in Jamaica, the challenges that the Chinese Jamaicans they are facing in Jamaica. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
I started off just posting about my life. I started off posting about things that happened in my life. Unfortunately, I am not Black and I identify as Jamaican. So that's very confusing to a lot of people. And I don't think I would have gotten the kind of responses that I'm getting now were it not for COVID and the current climate, which kind of erupted into what I'm told is Asian hate. I heard about it. I saw it on the news, and it did not affect me because I'm primarily in South Florida, and South Florida is a very diverse area. It's very Hispanic. It's very Caribbean. And I tend not to stray too far from home when it comes to my base because I have to keep traveling back and forth between the Caribbean for work. So South Florida became my base. And if you didn't know, we have pretty much everything we need to sustain a Jamaican diet and all that stuff here. The climate is similar and everything. So I never really understood what they meant when they were when the legislature in America and they're lobbying saying, hey, we need to do something about Asian hate. So that really did not resonate with me until I started getting a lot of pushback on Instagram. And it took me by surprise because I've never seen or felt racism before, not like this. And I continued to do my funny videos and my stand-ups or whatever you want to call it. And it's like there's a disconnect. Again, why is this woman trying to prove so hard she's Jamaican? And I'm not. I'm just being me. And, part of being Jamaican is that we do these memes, like video memes. And, hey, if dog not chase you down one road, are you really Jamaican? But, coming from somebody that looks like me, it sounds like saying, are you trying to say that we're not Jamaicans? What are you trying to say? And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go again. No, that's not how it works. That's how the culture works, That's kind of how it started. And then the ignorance started. And when I say ignorance, I don't mean it in the Jamaican definition where you just get mad quick. They do get mad quick. Ignorance as in you don't know better or you're lacking in knowledge. That's how I put it. And I realized that a lot of people thought that Jamaica was an all Afro nation. Homogeneous, is that how we pronounce it in Jamaica? Yes. Or in America, say homogeneous, that it was just this one thing. And I'm like, no, didn't you realize the motto is out of many, one people? Why do you think it is that? And then lo and behold, again, everything is a learning process, So I approach everything as a learning process. And so that happened. And I go, wait a minute, other people have their own translation of the motto. Because to me, growing up in school and being taught civics, out of many, one people is supposed to mean that all these cultures clashed after 1856. And out of that clash burst a new nation that was diverse and culturally so tangled and beautiful. And, growing up, I didn't face racism. I wasn't told that, hey, Chinese girl, don't you over there, so we over here. So they'll tease you, of course. I got that. That is why my skin is so thick, because send you back to China. But that doesn't mean that they weren't going to play with you on the playground or come over and invite you over to sit with them and eat lunch. And never. So, my friends will still joke about that. A cute guy comes up and talk to me. Hi, you single? And they'll come, you don't want a real Jamaican, that's funny. It's hilarious. And then they catch themselves going, oh, not that you're not a real Jamaican in the Lona. And I'm laughing my ass off. You're not going to live this one down, But it's okay to joke about it.
So but what is
But when
What
you're
is so
serious,
different now, Lorna? What is so different now? You said, well, you're accustomed to the tease and to the taunting about, having a Chinese background. And so what makes this so different now, especially with, I'm
the
sure.
political climate. The political climate definitely makes it more difficult. I mentioned COVID before, right? That added insult to injury. We have Chinese corporations like China Harbor Engineering Company, which has a very bad reputation of coming in, abusing the natural resources of a country. I'm not going to say buying up land. They don't buy something that's not for sale. You understand what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Let me clarify. So are you saying that these are the arguments, these are the noise around Chinese immigrants, migrating into different countries? Or
the climate is slightly different. History repeats itself. It absolutely does. And if we do not learn from our history, we are bound to repeat the mistakes of our past. Okay? And that's why you see me focus so much on history in a lot of the reels that I do. It's important because I think a lot of history in Jamaican education has been lost. And in fact, I was just recently told that they don't even teach civics in Jamaica anymore. They're focusing on math and English and all the things. So I'm like, oh, so you guys actually did not, do a civics class? Because I'm sure if I went into my garage right now, there's an orange book that says civics for young Jamaicans.
So how would you describe then what would be the paradigm then? How would you explain Chinese immigrants in Jamaica to counter the narratives of the coming in, buying up land? What can you use to counter that argument to say this is the fact?
They are coming in and buying up land. That's the funny thing. They are. And it doesn't make me happy. Where the history comes in is when what you have to realize is we're not the same tribe. Okay. You see a Chinese person and you think all Chinese are coming in. So when you see my videos, the thing is, oh my God, colonizer, they're coming in and buying up. And I think Dr. Omar Johnson put my face up on screen and did a whole lecture on what's wrong with the Chinese buying up land. I'm the wrong person to put up there. Who for face you must put up there, sir? Not even my own. Somebody who actually was born in China. Mm-hmm. That's who you're supposed to do that. I'm like 3 or 4 generations removed. I can probably trace my lineage to the first Mr. Chin. The reason why Jamaican people call every Chinese person Mr. Chin, Miss Chin, I can be traced back to that man. I'm the wrong person to be putting up there. And I think that it is important for us to know the history. Some of the ignorant questions that come up are, what has Chinese people done for Jamaica? You don't know the answer to that. That's a really dumb question. Chinese people didn't do anything like invent reggae music. Who do you think invented reggae music? I think one person invented reggae music. And the irony of that situation is, in that studio, Tosh and Marley and, all those guys, was a man named Leslie Kong. And he was one of the producers.
And I agree, because there's several others as well. I believe one of
Byron Lee.
Patricia
Chin.
What's her name? Could you repeat?
Patricia Chin and her husband. I can't remember the husband name, but I know Patricia Chin does lectures at UWI about, she brought reggae music to the mainstream. Leslie Kong, he was so instrumental in the early days of reggae in terms of The Harder They Come. He produced all of that, Tony Rebel, all of those guys. I'm not saying that we invented it as a subculture of Jamaican culture. I'm saying that out of many, one people, we are our motto. It's the butterfly effect. If Leslie Kong wasn't there, would it be what it is? Would it sound like what it is without his creative input? Without Patricia's shop not being there, we could probably do a whole movie on what if, those little movies where you take out something and see how history would have unfolded. If Channel 1 wasn't there, all those things. You cannot erase us from the history.
And that's a key point. So is it then that because of so many years that you talk about from 1865 when Chinese immigrants started
56. That's 10-year difference. Yeah.
I'm thinking about the civil right, the abolition of slavery. So when the fact that they arrived and they settled in, and when I mean settled in, they were mainly passive or invisible. They were just bent on building business in commerce
they weren't passive and invisible in the first part. No, I don't think they were. Remember that they had to work the sugar plantations.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to work alongside other ethnicities, the Indians, the Irish, and the African descended former slaves. They didn't just come and start open up shop. They worked their indentured labor contracts out, got what they were supposed to get, and decided, I'm not staying here. I'm not going to do this. I want to do something else. And the reason why they chose commerce, retail, and wholesale business was when you don't speak the native language, you have to put yourself in a position where the customer comes to you. You don't go to the customer. You have to understand the logic and the history of why that unfolded. That's why that is. And like I say, history keeps repeating itself. And one of the things I wanted to really do, and one of my reasons, is just pick up the camera and go, "Well, look like my own shop to you." Because I do not own a shop. I absolutely don't own a shop. The customer comes to me, not the other way around. So that generational tradition did not get passed on to me when the shop was being, closed down. Lana, you want a shop? No, me don't want a shop. What may I do with shop?
However, though, Lana, we're talking about even participating in the political structure. They, are very active in the music business, as you pointed out. But what were the participation? And the reason why I'm saying this is because this is a starting point then for the Chinese community to be more visible and more outspoken and more active then in terms of trying, participate in the activeness of the culture. Now that you're coming out and you may be you're raising your no, you're coming out in a sense and speaking out more, it may seem so different. And Jamaican people say, well, where were you all this time? Right?
Me personally or the Chinese Jamaicans? Because you do realize that the Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica is Horace Chang.
You're right. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Delroy, Chuck. All of those people. The Deputy Prime. That's why when people ask me, I live across the street from Horace Chang in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
That's the irony of the situation. So when people ask, I think it was the guy from African diaspora. Come, I'm going to pick with him, by the way. What a dunce idiot. Actually accused me of cultural appropriation after him said the whole thing. After him said the 2, 3, 4 passports in my hand. Cultural appropriation. Seriously? Didn't get the point of the video. He said, what's next? Are they going to run for office? Chinese Jamaicans have been running for office and are a part of Jamaican government for decades. Chinese Jamaicans are so integrated into the foundation of Jamaican culture that when there was a mass exodus of the upper and middle classes in the late 70s to early 80s, and that is another part of history that a lot of people don't know. Manley's social revolution triggered a mass exodus of Jamaicans who had the ability to leave, migrate to the United States, Canada, and the UK. And that emigration jolted the economy, and we still are recovering from that jolt. When I was in prep school, third grade 3, grade 5, the Jamaican dollar was 5 to 1. Now it's 150 odd. And I remember when JLP came into power, when Manley lost the election and we did not become a communist country. I remember all that talk. I remember Reagan coming to Jamaica and the Secret Service and the soldiers up on Stony Hill because of the route that they were driving Reagan through. I remember all of that. And then to grow up and read about how the CIA manipulated Jamaican politics, threw us into debt, forced us into debt with the IMF, and to have foreigners living in the United States, like myself, who are a part of the problem, blaming the Chinese. That's absolute ludicrous. Learn the history, understand the why, and then you will learn to stop blaming other people for your problems.
You also have to understand, and I support you on this, and hopefully I don't get any pushback in terms of
you won't get pushback with anything from it because I speak the truth and I speak it so bluntly.
No, I'm agreeing with you, but pushback from others per se. So the education piece, I 100% agree. Where we don't understand the political underlining of why things happen, when things are happening, and we only get in just tidbits, and once it trickle down, that stories change and the point of view change, and we really end up with not much. And so what do you think you can do then to she's smiling, to using this platform, the fact that you're getting so much attention, to inform us and to inform even you take it as a school tour for say high school students, because I believe you. I appreciate the point when you said there's a lot of things. The civic education aspect has been removed, and the education piece about the history and the out of many one motto is not understood, and we need to reclaim it and make sense of it. Because for example, it's not just Chinese population in Jamaica. There's Syrian, there's Lebanese, there's Jewish population, and all sorts of different ethnic groups from Europe and Asia. So it is unfair for them to simply target one group. So what do you think about making, just doing a tour of the high school and create like an educational piece to inform, because it seems as if the people that are coming at you on Instagram, there are so many different pieces that people may believe the noise over the facts.
Okay, so I didn't ask for this platform. It was pretty much dropped on my front door. Yeah, it feels like Amazon had a drone and it was like, here you go. This is an Instagram account with all the bells and whistles turned on. When I say turned on, I have never seen an account grow like this, and I do this for a living. I had 154 followers, and I made a video to my 154 followers.
And where are you now?
Oh, close to 70,000 in a matter of 4 months.
Well, that's incredible.
Once it went past 30, all the bells and whistles started to turn on. And I was gaining about 10,000 followers a week if I posted. And then there are times when I just get busy with work and I stop posting. And that's when I say all the bells and whistles turn on, the monetizations, all of it is on. Subscriptions, everything was just thrown at you. And I'm sitting there going, hey guys, what am I supposed to do with this account? It was an accident. And what I know I'm really good at is pissing people off. It's a gift, trust me. And it's why I stayed away from this. Whenever I did my videos, I kept my face out of the video. I was doing all of these cooking videos. Nobody knew I wasn't Black. Oh my God. One day I got put my face to the camera and I forgot to turn on my fake American accent. And I do fake an American accent because I am tired of the questions. So why do you sound Black? No, I'm not Black. I'm Jamaican. We're Jamaicans. Yeah, but how did you guys get to Jamaica? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? Let me just fake an American accent and we just avoid the 50 questions. How can I use my platform? Well, you see, the reason why my videos went viral in the first place, unfortunately, is because of the controversial nature in which I did them.
Yeah.
I have been doing videos, and there are videos on YouTube and Instagram. Jamaicans.com is a very popular forum that I enjoy. They're Wayne Chen, they put these things out there, and people, who are interested in the topic read it. What I was able to do is I was able to reach people who wouldn't normally read or watch those videos because they don't care. What I did was I triggered them. Why did I trigger them? It was a challenge. Can you hit 1 million views in your next reel? I said, absolutely. Would you say this? Yes, but not quite like that. Okay, then it's a dare. I might hold my bear. Boom. And that was when I dropped the African video. Jamaica is not an African country. Why did I say that? Well, I was responding to a very specific question. And what happens, because I was new to the Instagram thing, is when somebody deletes their question or their comment and you respond to it, that little thing at the top goes away. And the video loses its context, and then the thing goes away. And I go, oh, shoot, I just wasted a whole reel on that one. So I was like, you know what? I don't care. I went through all the trouble of recording that damn thing. So we're just going to do it. And the question was basically, why are the Chinese invading all Afro countries? That was the first part of the question. And why do the Africans allow the Chinese into Jamaica? That was the second half of the question. And the answer to that question was because Jamaica is not an African country. It is not a Black country. It does not mean that there are no Africans there. It does not mean that the majority of people are not Black. Informally, yes, it would be considered a Black country because, majority of people, but legally, by definition, we are defined by our motto, out of many one people. When you look us up on the internet, on JIS, on any official, even in the Constitution, we are an ethnically diverse society. Therefore, the majority, being Africans descended, cannot legally dictate to the minority and tell them that they're less Jamaicans, and vice versa, It's one of the only places in the world where the minority is so included in the nationality that to take it away would cause a great disruption. Just like I said, it jolted the economy when that mass exodus happened. So yes, I presented the information and this is information that you get on, like I said, JIS, Jamaicans.com. Those are my sources. But the way I presented it hit a chord, struck up a conversation, and brought people into that conversation that would normally have read those things and tried to educate themselves on those things because I triggered it.
So let me think
that triggering a conversation is a beautiful thing? Yes, I do.
Wonderful. So is it because you maybe the emphasis on I'm not Black, I'm Chinese, or I'm not Black, I'm Chinese Jamaican? Could that be, and I'm trying to, kind of walk in the other shoes, trying to make sense of why some people may feel triggered about this type of categorization. There are two types of triggers. There's two types of triggers. Those who believe that I am trying to erase the African, and then that's the first one. And then there are people who just cannot grasp the fact that it's not what they thought it was. I've met people who absolutely say and bluntly believe that you cannot be Jamaican unless you have African blood. And it is taken from just the one drop rule that they have in the US. If there's a one drop rule, I am definitely of African descent. I'm sorry I hate to break it to people. Two of my grandparents decided to marry other Asian people. But if you look at the rest of my family, I don't look like the rest of my family. That's the truth. And the thing is, and it's not that people who are being critical of you should know that, because or should they, to make the conversation seems more authentic or to make your position seems more legitimate? What do you think? Does the background in terms of the family heritage and the diversity within your family
no, because they don't know the diversity, because they've never asked for it. They just judge with their eyes. When I show you the passports, it should have immediately told you that we've been here for a while. We are not Chinese. There was a funny story about the Chinese riots that were happening. I don't know when they happened. There were several Chinese riots. They're called Chinese riots because at some point in history, my mom talks about it. I can't remember the year, because there were at least 2 or 3 of them. Downtown, a Chinese man, as the story goes.
I hope you have watched that interview from this Jamaican Chinese. She's known as Lorna Chin Chin. Lorna Chin Chin, she has come out and revealed some of the challenges that the Chinese Jamaicans they are facing. In case for those people who they don't know more about Jamaica, in Jamaica it is a mixed race country, and also being a mixed race country, you can see their motto, it is out of many one people. This is tell you that in Jamaica we have so many different races. We have the white Jamaican, we have the Chinese Jamaica, we have Indian Jamaica. Also we have the black people, and black people they are the majority. When you look at the population, black people they are around 98% or at least 80 or 90% of the population in Jamaica. They are black people. So Jamaica, it is a predominantly a black nation. So guys, I just want to react in some of the things that this Chinese Jamaica she has come out and say. First of all, she has come out and say so many people they are confusing her, and also they are telling her that she's trying to be a Jamaica. She's trying to copy Jamaica accent because of how she's speaking, and also she's finding it difficult to explain to the people that she's a Chinese Jamaica. She's one of the Jamaica. She's not trying to copy Jamaica, or she's not trying to copy Jamaican language or Jamaica patois, because when she speak patois, people saying that no, you are not a Jamaica, why are you trying to be Jamaica, or why are you trying to speak Jamaican patois language? But she has come out and say no, I'm Jamaican because I have my ancestor in Jamaica. And this is tell you that I've come out and tell you that Jamaicans, we have Indian Jamaica, we have Chinese Jamaica. So don't be shocked to see a Chinese speaking Jamaican patois, because she's also a Jamaica. And also another thing she has come out and say it is about how the Chinese immigrant they are coming and destroying their names, the Chinese Jamaica, because so many people in Jamaica, the black people in Jamaica, they have been complaining the Chinese they want to take over their country. The Chinese they're taking over Jamaica. And when you go and look, it is not all the Chinese, because we understand we have Chinese Jamaica. The Chinese people who are coming and destroy the name of the Chinese Jamaica, that these Chinese immigrants who are coming out and taking over. She has come out and say some of the Chinese immigrants who are coming to Jamaica, they are the ones who are not respecting the black people. They are the ones who really want to take over Jamaica, because these people, they have seen how Jamaica it is beautiful. They have seen how Jamaica it is, and that's why they really want to take over Jamaica. But this Chinese Jamaica, she has come out and said this is not a good thing, because as for them also being the part of Jamaica, they feel like they are not even safe, because when the Jamaicans they start to complain, they don't see the Chinese immigrant, they see all Chinese as the people who really want to take over their country. And because of that, it is bringing problem to those Chinese the Chinese Jamaica who are in Jamaica. And also guys, This lady also, she has been training in Jamaica for coming out and also lecturing some of the black people. I remember I did a video of this lady. She came out and said Jamaica, it is not a predominantly a black nation, because when the black people that are coming to Jamaica, they should understand that Jamaica, it is a mixed race country. Jamaica, it is not belonging to the African or to the black people, because recently we have seen some of the black people, some of the African people, they are really traveling to Jamaica, and also how Jamaicans, they have made the African and the black people bonding together. It has made some of the other races in Jamaica to fear maybe the Jamaica, it is now embracing the Africa or the black people. And this is tell you that although Jamaica, it is a mixed race country, but majority they are the black people. And being a predominantly black nation, Jamaica, it has also show some love, and it has also embraced some of the it has embraced Africa, because Jamaica, most of the people in Jamaica, they came from Africa, majority of them from West Africa. So these other races, they are fearing to see how Jamaicans, they are embracing and help African, some of the African country. And because of also that, this lady, she decided to come out and lecture the black people, to tell them that Jamaica, it is not only for the black people. And that's why she has also come out and also defend her races being wanting to take over Jamaica. So guys, this is all what she has come out and say in this interview. And also she has come out and say about the music. Some of the Chinese also, they are participated of making Jamaican reggae music, and also some of the hip-hop music. So she feel like also the Chinese should be given also at least a portion of Jamaica, because of some of the things that they have done in Jamaica by producing some of the reggae music, some of the hip hop music. What do you feel, guys? And also she's saying that some years to come also, Jamaica will have a Chinese Jamaica who will be becoming the prime minister of Jamaica. So guys, this also bring me to a point whereby this lady, although she's coming out and defending the Chinese immigrant who are by saying that the Chinese, they are taking over Jamaica, it is those Chinese immigrant. Also she's bringing us to a point where also some years to come also the Chinese will be having a Chinese prime minister in Jamaica. And this is to tell you that Jamaicans, black people in Jamaica, you should be very careful, because some people, they really want this country back. And also it is the black people who are in Jamaica, they have made what Jamaica it is today. So some of the other races, they really want to enjoy the benefit of the black people in Jamaica. Because of the black people in Jamaica, they've made Jamaica it is what it is today. Jamaica, it is a famous country in the Caribbean. Jamaica, it is the most popular country in the Caribbean. When you mention a Caribbean, the first thing comes to the people mind, it is Jamaica, because of how it has managed to sell its country to all over the world. And that's why some of the other races, they really want to have a portion of this Jamaica. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.